You may be doing your athletic training the wrong way. You may need a coach or a partner to stick along with you. Let me tell you how to find that person. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my hungry athletes worldwide. This is your coach Chaz coming to you live. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and we're just gonna go right into the message. You may be doing your athletic training the wrong way. And the reason I know that is because I've been through my athletic training the wrong way, or I've been misguided in my training the right way. You know, the misguided got me right, or how you say, the misguided did their job and guided me the wrong way. And I want to give you guys a personal story as to how you can get your athletic training right, and how you can get your athletic training just even better, without making sure that you're going off a track, or that you're losing track of your goals, or that you forget that the reason that you're doing this. And so go ahead and subscribe. And I want to let you guys know that when the pandemic has started around 2019 and 2020, I had begun what I call my Nike Run Club journey. And so in my Nike Run Club journey, I downloaded the app. And in downloading the app, I basically became a part of a new community. And so what I want you to know is that if you want to become a part of a new community, if you want to take some steps and make yourself even better, maybe it's as small as downloading an app, or joining a Facebook group, or starting a Discord and getting in that Discord and getting to talk to some more people who are like-minded just like you. But back to the Nike Run Club journey. I started the Nike Run Club journey and tracking my progress with a 6K. And a 6K might seem like a lot to some people to just begin a running journey, but I have been an athlete my whole life. I had been used to running laps, had been used to swimming laps. I've biked before. I've done a whole lot of stuff. And so I wanted to be able to challenge myself, but also make it easy enough so that I wasn't leading myself or bringing myself towards failure. And so in that first 6K, I learned a whole lot. And in the beginning of the 6K, I had his name is Coach Bennett. And if you hear that name, or if you have the Nike Run Club app, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Coach Bennett was in my ear talking about slow down. And I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to going on a run and going slow. And the reason why was because I thought when you run fast, you get faster. Or that if you keep on running fast, you'll just get faster. And that's not necessarily true. And the reason why that's not true is because what you're running towards, how long you're running, and how consistently you run is inevitably what's going to make you a better runner. And that's how you get better at a lot of things in life. If you're being specific as to, okay, I want to get good at this type of podcasting, I want to release this type of clothing, or I want to release this type of drawings, you know, you got to get real specific, and you got to diversify the way that you train. And that's the first thing I want to get to you guys. You want to diversify, or the second thing I want to get to you guys, you want to diversify your training. And so once you find a group or community that you want to be with, or you find a group or community that can really bring you forward, you know, put your best foot forward and do that. But also, you got to make sure that you are consistent in that. You got to make sure that in this, you're creating some variability in your exercises, that every exercise isn't a 6K. Every exercise isn't a 2K. Every exercise isn't a sprint. You know why? Because to begin your training, you got to go easy. You can't just go full force into what you consider your threshold, or you can't just dive right into it. You got to warm up into it. A lot of people, they're forcing themselves to be at their strongest point in their lives. And I'm talking to you. You know, whether you've been through some athletic training and you've gotten out of shape, or maybe you're in shape and you just want to go forward. You know, you don't want to bog yourself down with your expectations of where you should be. You know, your progress will not be as linear as you believe. It won't be. It really won't be. Some weeks you're gonna have some down days. Some days you're not gonna feel like working out. Some days it might be too cold. Some days it might be too hot. Maybe you be hungover from the night before, or you're getting ready to party for the next day. You know, there's a lot of things that's gonna happen in your life, and there's a lot of variables that come into your life. But if you end up preparing yourself, if you're in those groups and you have people to hold you accountable, that way you can stay on your athletic training just a little bit better. And so if I want to get to, if there's anything so far, number one, you got to join a community. Join a community, whether it's one person or 10 people or 100 people. You know, you got to join a community of people that will hold you accountable, that meet consistently, and that push you where you want to go, not where you don't want to go. You don't want to join a community that you don't necessarily see a necessity for. You don't want to join a community where you're like, nah, like this isn't adding to my life. If you feel like it's not adding to your life, even though it is, you want to make sure that it's adding towards you and your goals. And so make yourself a little bit more diverse. Number one, find a group, find a community. And number two, in those communities, you got to be consistent. You got to work. You got to put your foot forward, and you got to start, joining the plan. You got to start working with the folks. And so in those messages earlier that I told you, I started my Nike Run Club journey, and I'm veering off a lot. In that first 6K, the first 4,000 meters, and that's 4K. In the first 4,000 meters, he's telling me run easy. And I'm warmed up. I'm excited. About 15 to 20 minutes have passed, and my body's all warmed up. And I've honestly never felt that feeling before. The feeling of maintaining above a 4K, 6K, and not being dog tired. That's the first time I experienced that feeling. And so when it got down to the 5K, when it got down to the 6K, he told me to speed it up. He told me work with it. He told me do your run. He told me to run your race. And sometimes you got to run your race, but you got to pace for it first. You really got to pace for the race that's coming up. You got to pace for the race that is coming up after that race, because the marathon does not end. You have to pace yourself. Take it easy. When you start your athletic training, you have to take it easy. You can't just go clanging and banging everything in the gym. You don't want to go clanging and banging everything that's in the gym and you be sore for 2-3 days. And then when you come back in after 3 or 4 days, you're starting all over. Basically because you don't know your threshold. You don't know your base point. So if there's anything that you get from today's podcast, is that in your athletic training, you may have to find somebody, whether it's a person in your community, somebody who works at the YMCA that's near you, a personal trainer that you see on Instagram, because I guarantee you, there are personal trainers on Instagram that you adore. There are people that are near you that you adore that will help you get to your goals. And so number one, you got to find that people. You got to find your tribe. You got to find your coach, your personal trainer, and shoot, it could even be me, Follow me at Coach Chaz, at CoachChazz, and let's work. Let's get you to where you want to go. Let's get your goals to just break new goals and just go past the ceiling. You have to go past your ceiling, your previous ceiling at some point. And so let's help each other get to that goal. And so once you find that community, once you find that partner, put your best foot forward. Put your best foot forward. You be consistent. Have a plan. Have a plan for at least a month or two. Give yourself that grace. Give yourself 2-3 months to really change yourself. That's all it is, 2-3 months. Look at us in November right now. 2020 had just ended. 2021 had just started. And it's already about to end. Think about it like that. Time's gonna go by like this. But you gotta spend that time working towards a better you. And so in your athletic training also, you gotta ease into it. Ease into what you're working towards. Don't just force yourself to lift 240 pounds when you ain't never lifted 180 or you ain't never passed 200. You know, don't force yourself to be so gung-ho or look at the person that is lifting 240 and be like, dang, like I need to be there right now. Nah, you don't know how much time it took for them to be in the gym, to work towards that 240 or to work towards that 245. You don't know what it took. So if there's anything that you guys get today, find you a coach, be consistent, and ease into your athletic training. Ease into your athletic training. You know, if you guys don't get anything from this, I want you guys to understand that there's a community around you, and the Hungry Athlete community is here to help you out. And so if you're a hungry athlete, go ahead and comment, leave a review on the Apple Podcast, and let's just hold each other accountable. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's go towards a new day, and let's make a plan. I got you. Let's make a plan together, and we can get you to lose that 20 pounds or gain 20 pounds of muscle, or even just start a podcast. Let's do it together. Let's work, and let's be great. So I'm gonna be out. Stay positive, stay blessed. Peace. I'm gonna see y'all next week.